Hi, collective. Let's get another reading today. I'm gonna first see what zodiacs are being highlighted in this reading with these cards. Okay. I'm not gonna take any reversals just because it's kind of just to see what signs are highlighted. You know. Now, whatever comes out, this could be your sign or someone you're connected to. Could be heavily aspected in yours or their chart. Also, if you're coming across this, I don't use hashtags or anything like that. So if you felt drawn to clicking on it and you're here now, there's very likely a message here for you, okay? All right, let's see what zodiacs we have. What zodiacs are we working with today? Oh, okay, we got Sag popping out. So Sagittarius, expand. Expansion. So, like I said, this could be you or someone else, could be heavily aspected in your chart. What else? We'll get two more. Two more zodiacs, please. We got Libra. And Libra with balance. Number 7. So we got 9 and 7. Those numbers can be significant. You could be seeing 999, 777. Oh, all right. Our last one we got is Pisces, number 12. Sensitize. Interesting. Okay, so I feel like first and foremost, this is, okay, bottom of the deck we get Gemini, cross-pollination. That's number 3. So we got 9, 7, 12, and 3. I feel like someone in the collective is working towards something new or trying to move in a particular direction here. And it's difficult because there's almost like this calibration going on, or recalibration going on, where on one hand, you're learning to see things from a new perspective or have an expanded perspective on what's going on in your life at the minute. But then because of what's going on in your life, you may feel like the emotions that are attached to the story that you're in can get in the way of what you feel like is progress. With Libra and balance, I feel like it's saying that you need to take things as they come, but also you need to see the emotional growth or feeling into your emotions is actually, it's working for you. It's not holding you back from reaching the place you're trying to go. I feel like with this Gemini at the bottom of the deck here, it's saying that there may actually be opportunities for you to connect with new people in whatever it is that's going on with your life, okay? Okay, again, 999, 777, 1212, and 333 could be significant. Okay, so now I'm going to look into the planets, okay? We'll see what planets are aspected in terms of what we really need to look at in this reading for you. Maybe part of the reason why you're feeling as emotional as you are is because you're tired of carrying things alone. There may be something that you've been carrying that feels very heavy on its own, and like you could be somebody who struggles to ask for help, but I also feel like you might be someone who has already had experiences with other people that have caused you to be untrusting of asking for help. But I feel like you have help coming in here, possibly with this Gemini. But anyway, let's see what planets are aspected here. I feel like someone needs to slow down a little bit. We get Pluto, rebirth, number 27. I'm not taking any reversals in any of these piles, by the way. So we have a rebirth happening. And that connects back to that recalibration, that calibration, because it's like every time... Oh, we have a burp, confirmation burp. Every time you move back into a space where you're like, I thought I already healed this, or I thought I already felt enough of this emotion connected to this situation. You have to understand that's part of the rebirth process, as shitty as it might be. As much as you might be saying, when the fuck is this going to be over? Oh, okay. We've got Neptune. Vision, number 26. So we got 27, 26. I feel like you're delving deeper and deeper into your healing as time goes on, and it's like yeah, no, it can feel like you're almost stuck in a way, right? Like, why the fuck am I not where I want to be right now? You know? And that can be very frustrating, you know, because you have all these with Neptune here. It's like you've got all these dreams and these goals that you want to accomplish, but you're just like, but this is in the way and that's in the way. And then I wake up today and I want to do this, this, and this. And then I start fucking feeling like I want to cry my fucking eyes out about shit, you know? But that's the way it goes, you know, unfortunately. You got to focus on the gratitude, focus on the blessings, focus on the things that you can control. Okay. The last planet we have is Venus, beloved, number 21. Bottom of the deck, we get messages. Mercury. So that's interesting. We get both Gemini on the bottom of that pile, which is connected to the third house, and Mercury. And then we get Mercury messages here. Okay, so we got Venus there. Listen, I don't know if Spirit is trying to encourage you to keep moving, keep going, because you have somebody is coming in. Okay? At least that's what I'm getting here. You're definitely going to be connecting with someone who's going to be able to help realize your dreams, okay? I mean, and honestly, I don't even like saying that because, like, I'm not a big fan of readings where it's, oh, you got this coming in and you got blessings coming in, da 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 da. It's like, it almost pulls you away from the point in your life where you're at right in this moment, right now, where you're supposed to be, you know, focusing on just what's right in front of you, you know. And it can be difficult when you get a reading, when you hear, oh, well, you're about to come into some money, or you're about to meet this person, or you're about to do this or that or whatever. And don't get me wrong, I've obviously just fucking said that. And I think the reason why those types of things come out on readings is because God wants you to know that where you're at and your struggle and the things that you're dealing with are not for nothing. And that it's not going to be like this forever. You get me? So we have 9:55 on the clock when I said that. So there you go. You could be seeing 555 as well, or just 55. All right, so we're going to get which houses are involved in this, and then we are going to pull some tarot. And then I'm going to do something a little bit more fun today. I'm going to be using my apples to apples cards to get a little more detail about things. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. But so far, I feel like whoever's watching this, you got to keep going. And it's hard. It's really, really hard. But I promise you, if you just move through the difficulties with as much gratitude and self-love as you can, it's gonna feel easier. And you probably already know that you've been through different levels of healing, right? Where you have had that arrow being pulled back. I love this analogy that I found. I think I saw it on, was it TikTok or something like that? But somebody said, like, why is it that I feel like I take 10 steps forward and 8 steps back or whatever? And it's like this analogy where it's like, well, okay, if you're a hunter with a bow, what do you have to do before that before that arrow flings forward? You have to pull it back. And it's the same thing when it comes to your healing, okay? So what do we have in terms of houses here, Spirit? Let's see what houses we have aspected in this particular reading. All right, we've got the 8th house, mystery. That's number 46. Mystery. I feel like God is purposely being vague with you right now, because you may be in a space where your intuition is telling you certain things and like giving you clues as to what's going on, but it's like you're only allowed to know or see or hear so much before things actually unfold, So there is an element of all this mystery surrounding you. And also, like, you may feel like there are things that you could know, but you're like, I need more confirmation. I need to know more. I need more info on this. Like, come on. Like, you might even be saying to Spirit, could you please fucking give me give me some kind of sign here? Give me some kind of indication that what I'm feeling or what I feel like I do know about a situation is true. But the thing is God ain't going to give you that unless you're supposed to have it. So we also have the 4th house, home. Okay. So there's something going on with a home situation here. I feel like somebody here could have a very difficult living situation that they're dealing with right now. Trigger warning, you could be experiencing some type of abuse, okay? When it comes to a housing situation. There are a lot of women who will choose not being homeless to stay because they're with an abuser than to leave because they're like, well, I can't leave because, they feel stuck, they feel trapped. And, that's really difficult. That's a living hell. So if this is you or someone that's going through something like that, then my heart is truly with you. There could also be something going on with a home and an inheritance, possibly. All right. You could also be being encouraged. Let's say, this is if you can, and if you're in a situation where you're You know, you're not in the situation I just mentioned before. It's like if you're on your own and maybe you have the ability to create a very safe feeling, protective, cozy environment in your home. That's also aspected here. All right, last we have the 11th house, community. Okay. You could be somebody who has felt kind of disconnected from a community in the last while, you know, maybe for a long time. I'm getting that's number 49, by the way. So we have 49, 42, 46, 21, 26, 27, 12, 7, 2, and 3. Or sorry, 9 and 3. Why did I say 2? And then we got 20. Bottom of the deck, we get second house, resources. Okay. So. Yeah, so remember I said something about inheritance. There's definitely, it feels like there's definitely something here about that. Is somebody having difficulty? I was picking this up in another reading. Somebody about difficulty with an eviction. Or just something to do with, there might be a dispute over housing of some sort. Some of you may be trying to get more affordable housing or something. Now, something's definitely going to be worked out here for you. I don't know. Like, I can definitely sense that whoever's viewing this reading right now, you're definitely going through a lot. I feel like it's important for you to know that you are going, if you don't already, you are going to have 1717 on the clock. You're going to have people around you that are helpful. Because even with this 11th house, you know, you see those hands, you know, it's like you're reaching out or you're reaching up and somebody's like, I got you. Okay. Right. Let's get tarot and see. Let's look deeper into what's going on here. Yeah, 8th house is shared resources as well, as far as I know. In fact, let me look really quick. Number 46. Yeah, there's definitely something about money and shared resources here. It says if your chart were a village map, the 8th house would be on the corner of the red light district next to a mortuary and a savings and loan bank. It is a private house where we deal with things we don't talk about in public. Sex, death, debts, loans, psychic phenomenon. Here we deal with other people's resources and how they are exchanged, money, bodies, thoughts, and work, and how we inherit goods and attitudes. This house can feel uncomfortable, but it's a place where we can transform. So with that paired in this, with the second house there as well, there's definitely some type of inheritance. Now that can be, let's just say for the sake of argument, you meet someone and they've got money. And that's not what you're after, of course, but you just so happen to have a soul tie with that person that's meant to be where you all work together. And because they have all these resources that you don't, you may have spiritual resources. You may have an abundance of wisdom and knowledge and things like that. With Sagittarius there, that could very well be the case. You know, it's like you're abundant in that, they're abundant in material resources or even community resources. Let's say you're having a dispute with the law or in the law within the justice system, and this person knows solicitors or lawyers or whatever, or they are one, and they're like, listen, we were meant to come together because now I can help you and you can help me. Okay? So something's going on there. There could be a situation with divorce here where there's like a property that is being disputed. Maybe someone's ex does not want to give them something in a divorce, and that's going to be figured out. This could resonate with you or someone else you're connected to. Okay? I am feeling like the energy is a bit chaotic at the minute. I don't know if it's you or if there's just people you're connected with that are making it feel that way. It's not a massive amount, but it's like a background buzz, you know? All right, let's see what kind of tarot is coming out of this. All right, what do we got for this collective, please? The Magician reversed. What else, please? Page of Swords. And the Devil. Yeah, there's a manipulation within a system here. Within a community. I feel like if you're watching this, you have dealt with something very egregious when it comes to trying to gain support within a system, or systems rather, and you've ran into nothing but this. Because with this Magician in reverse, I'm not getting one person with that. I'm getting a whole slew of people who are connected, who have demonic bloodlines, who are only in the positions they're in to gain power over others and to look good and to disguise themselves, okay? And because you've been in the thick of it with whatever situations you've been dealing with, you have been met with the same entities throughout. You go to one individual who's supposed to be there to help or support you, and you come to find after dealing with them for however long, bam, they're crooked. Bam, they're corrupt. Bam, they've got demons. And you know it. And you saw the evidence of it and you got the fuck out of there. But this has happened to you multiple times. And you're being watched. You're being watched by whoever these people are that you've dealt with, because they know that you're on the right path. You're going in the right direction. Give me a clarification on the Magician in reverse. Page of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so that's a lot of people have worked, or sorry, I don't want to call them people. These beings, these entities have worked very hard to make sure you don't get what you need. to make sure that you're lacking in some way, shape, or form. They can't control the spiritual strength that you have. They can't control that. They may have tried. They may have tried to throw, because with Page of Pentacles reversed, that can be black magic. Now, it's crazy because I wanted tarot to tell me about the good things, and maybe it will. Maybe I will get a message about the good things, but I don't know. I feel like Spirit wants you to know this information because it's just confirmation that you're not, because that's the other thing. I think that these certain things come out because it's more confirmation that this isn't something you've dreamt up. This isn't something you're delusional about. This is real. You have been targeted. You have been actively sought out by these creatures to try and bring down because you are on a path of light. Okay? What's the Page of Swords, please? We get the Four of Pentacles reversed. All right, the other messages I'm getting from these cards too, because the thing is you can read them more than one way. And with the Magician in the reverse and the Page of Pentacles reversed is you may be somebody who feels almost lacking in the manifestation department right now and that you can't make something happen. It's so crazy because you get the Magician reverse and the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. It's like you feel like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, how am I supposed to move forward? How am I supposed to make this happen? How am I supposed to fix this? Okay. The Page of Swords and the Four of Pentacles reversed. I feel like what it's saying here, at least on your end of this reading, wait and see. And release the need to try to make things happen. Now with the Devil on your end of it, I feel like there could still be some shadows that you're working through right now, and that's part of your transformation. There may be parts of yourself that you're still not loving as much as you could. That need to be looked at. That could feel very uncomfortable. There's that 8th house again, you know. We got the 10 of Cups reversed. Yeah, it's like there could be habits, even if it's an old way of thinking, right? Even if it's, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I'm not worthy of this, or I'm not, limiting beliefs based on fear with the Devil there. It's like it's causing you to feel a sense of emotional depletion, but not just emotional depletion, but it's like you don't know how to make yourself happy, or you're having difficulty in making yourself happy here. But it, again, is likely tied to something that is very difficult to deal with. It is very difficult to navigate when you are undergoing so much scrutiny, but also attack in general. Now, This could have to do with a family situation. Okay. And it's probably very heartbreaking. But it's like every time you give in to that shadow, whatever it is that you're dealing with, whether it be addiction, limiting beliefs, or otherwise, you're reinforcing the idea that this is never going to change. Okay. But on this, let me be very clear here. I'm not saying that that means you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like, this is in no way, shape, or form shaming you or making you feel guilty for this. If anything, I think the message here is that you need to be gentle with yourself. And if you say you have, you have a drink of wine or something when you're feeling like this, and it just feels soothing at the time, and it's something that's not necessarily an addiction, but it's an unhealthy way or an unhealthy pattern as far as dealing with whatever's going on. It's like, instead of doing something to soothe the nervous system long term, you're taking the shortcut and you're using that substance, right? While you do it, because I feel like if you're watching this, you already know, like, you know what? This isn't something that's really working for me anymore. But you kind of keep going to it because it's a comfort zone, right? But the message here is that you have to love yourself through that, and you have to be kind to yourself through that transition, because it can be very difficult. Okay, let's get a few more clarifiers, and then I'm going to close it out with some apples to apples. Just to see if we can get any more details. All right, for the Page of Pentacles reversed, we get the Six of Wands. So on your end of it, it's saying recognition of feeling this way is going to help you get where you're going. And then on the other end of it, it's, others trying to fight for victory. In a way, it's almost like a combined message, because it's like, listen, by self-defeating, by saying I don't have what I need, or by self-sabotaging, you're giving those creatures exactly what they want. No, like, you're being reassured here that there is going to be a victory over whatever this is, okay? Eight of Pentacles reversed. Let go of the idea that the work you are putting in isn't good enough. Okay? There may be a tendency of perfectionism here, but you need to release that and just keep learning. Just keep learning throughout every moment of every day of your life. Anything that comes along to teach you something, you'll know. What's the Ten of Cups reversed? 34:34 on the clock. Seven of Cups. I heard grasping at straws. I feel like definitely cleanse your energy one way or another. Because I feel like that's partially what's going on here. Is that there are other energies involved in this. But I feel like also you're trying so hard to figure out what's going to happen or what's coming that it's clouding your judgment. It's clouding your thinking. It's like you want so badly to relieve yourself of this pain, this emotional pain that you're going through. And with the Ten of Cups, that could be children involved as well. Whether this be your own children, someone else's children, nieces, nephews, whatever, okay? It doesn't matter. It's like you're reaching out to the divine and saying, please give me more than this. Give me more than this one option. Help me. But that's putting you in an energy of hopelessness, because that's the thing is it's like because God is doing what God needs to do and you're not seeing and getting what you feel like needs to be seen and gotten to be satisfied, to feel like, oh yeah, okay, everything's gonna be fine. Because you're not getting exactly what you believe you need for that, it's causing you to feel more hopeless in the situation. 5 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I mean, that sums it up right there. All right, let's get apples to apples. Yeah, you feel like you are lacking something. Yeah, let's get more guidance here with apples to apples. What is the guidance with these cards? We have Charlie Sheen. 1965, American actor and tiger-blooded former star of 2.5 Men. His winning streak continues with anger management. So some of you could have difficulty with anger management, or could have in a past, or you're connected to somebody who has difficulty with anger management. Somebody here could be the Chinese zodiac sign of the tiger. I feel like there could be a group of men involved in this situation in some way, shape, or form. What else do we have as far as guidance and signs here? Democrats. Their symbol is the donkey or ass. Insert your own joke here. So donkeys could mean something to you. They could be a totem animal right now. It says symbol on it, so something symbolic. Poetic justice. Something is going to be poetic justice in this situation. We have taxi driver. I got some bad ideas in my head. So you could definitely have individuals within this community. There could be multiple that you know of and multiple that you don't know of, but they are doing some kind of definitely doing some kind of magic here. I feel like someone is desperate for you to give them attention as well. This could be an ex. This could be an ex-friend. This could be, I don't know, someone you only met, but they want your attention really bad. You could take taxis or Ubers everywhere, and you might be a regular as far as like you might know a particular driver or drivers that you're friendly with. Steven Spielberg, 1947, American movie director and producer of E.T., Schindler's List, Lincoln, Jurassic Park, and Jaws. This guy's got some chops. So, 1947 could be significant. I feel like there's somebody who may be prominent in the community. That's a big deal, that has like a reputation or something. They may be involved in this group of men or maybe not. I don't know. This could be the somebody that we were talking about that you might be meeting at some point. Okay, let's see. Let's get a little bit more before I close it out. We have Titanic. The Titanic, this unsinkable ocean liner, sank during her maiden voyage in 1912. So, I feel like something that seems to be infallible or that you feel like would be impossible to be dismantled is going to be dismantled, okay? Helping someone move. The things we do for free pizza. So we were talking about something to do with a housing situation. You could very well be getting a new place. With the Titanic there as well, somebody here could be connected to Belfast. In particular, in Ireland. That's the UK technically though. So you could be in the UK. Something just seems like a bigger problem than it actually is to you. Okay. Spam, mystery meat or mystery emails. So you could be hearing from a possible community group or like a community entity, you know, like a particular organization or a city council or something like that about a housing situation. Something could feel fake. Lightning. Electric discharge between rain clouds, or between a rain cloud and the earth, or between a rain cloud and an idiot with a kite. Okay. So it's underneath Steven Spielberg. Remember I said a prominent person in a community or within where you're at. I feel like something's just going to come out of the blue. Hit you like a lightning bolt. And then we have my bank account. Speaking of theoretical mathematics and unreal numbers. So, yeah. You might feel like your money's fucked up right now. Or that you don't have what you feel like you need because of your current situation. But it's like, things are working out. They are. All right, let's actually, I want to get one last oracle out. All right, let's get Keepers of the Light. Let's see what Ascended Masters want to come through to close out the reading. We are closing it out. I don't know why all of a sudden I just find something really funny. Something is going to be funny. Something's going to make you laugh in the end, or I don't know. Like, there's just going to be something hilarious that happens. Like I said, poetic justice. It's like there's something that you're not going to be able to have. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. The other day, I was out after the gym, and I was looking good. I didn't look like this. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think I look good right now, but I have no makeup on. My hair's not done. I just got out of the shower, you know. I'm not all done up. I was all done up. I had a cute outfit on from the gym. I was looking real good. And I was at the store. And lo and behold, I'm in the grocery store getting my shit in my basket. And I look up, and one of my really awful exes was there. And the look on his face, like, and don't get me wrong, I know this is a very stupid, small example of something like that, but it was, for me, it was poetic justice because, like, when I was with this guy, he tried so hard to make me feel like I was unattractive and, you know, the typical narcissist bullshit, the demonic attachment garbage that happens, right? But I didn't look anywhere near as good as I look now back then. Because you know how it goes. You with somebody who drains the shit out of your energy and who's using you to siphon off your energy, and they suck the life out of you, and you look way less lively. You look like shit. You know, like legitimately, now I look like a completely different person. I've de-aged like 10 fucking years. Lost weight, going to the gym, looking damn good. Looking fucking good. And the look on his face was priceless. I was like, oh my God. And this is somebody who, if I've seen him previously, my nervous system also was always like, if I saw him, it would go out of whack. You know, like I would be on edge for quite some time after that. And this time it was like, you know what I mean? Like, and that was God showing me more proof of my healing. But anyways, I just feel like there's going to be a situation, because I laughed multiple fucking times after that, because I was like, the look on his face was fucking priceless. I mean, it was so good. It was too good. And then he, not only that, but then he saw me again when I was checking out, because he was checking out and I was ready and I was going to the same area, and I'm like, whatever, fuck it. And oh my Lord, the energy coming off of him too was intimidation. Not that I meant that. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. All right, we got Commander Ashtar. Call to action. Take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. So, in the beginning of this reading, we were talking about expansion. We were talking about going forward, moving forward with things. And that is what you're being called to do. But balance it out as well. With, if you know you can't do something, like let's say you have you wake up one day and you have this really bad, you're feeling sick. Obviously, don't fucking do anything. Take care of yourself, if nothing else. But either way, there's something here that you are being called to do. What else? Lord Ganesha. Infinite abundance. Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. So, if you are on your own, my love, if you are feeling unsupported, that's changing. Okay? It is changing. And then we got Buddha. The Buddha. Master Buddha. Increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. So yeah, you have to be able to discern and trust yourself in order to know, okay, it's time for me to do this. It's time for me to do that. It's time for me to rest. It's time for me to paint my nails. It's time for me to fucking stretch. It's time for me to file this, and this into the justice system. It's time for me to fucking write a letter to this person or an email to that person. It's time for me to paint something. Do you know what I mean? Like, trust the steps your inner voice is giving you to do. Bottom of the deck, Lady Portia, Divine Order. Do what feels right. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. So yeah, there's definitely, I would say, something going on within a system that is a lot more difficult than people can ever probably imagine if they've never experienced it. I myself know all about that, but either way, you're okay. You're on the right track. You're going to be okay. There's going to be support. You are going to have what you need. It's just to say, it's divine timing and it's trust. Okay? That's all I got for you today. If you resonated with this reading, please think about subscribing and liking the video. If you're interested in a personal reading, I have my email in the description box, which is mothermarytarot@gmail.com. Also, I have my PayPal info. If you feel called to donating, that would be amazing. All donations would be very, very, very appreciated. Other than that, I love you guys. I hope this was helpful. I will see you next time.